Great stuff last night from Shohei Ohtani. The last start, guys, before the All-Star game. He just happened to do it in front of Dusty Baker, manager of the Stros, manager of the American League team. We all are wondering, how in the world can Dusty not pick Shohei to start in the All-Star game next week? He was quoted as saying he is a megastar. Night after, GA, what say you about Shohei Ohtani?
So I did something I usually don't normally do since I haven't played in so many years. I put myself in the box. Like, what would I do off of a guy like this with the stuff that he had? And I was thinking, it was like, man, there's not much I could do with any of the pitches. And he didn't throw a lot of fastballs. I'm a fastball hitter, so it would have been a tough night for me.
Sit slider.
You can't sit really anything on him,
no,
right?
No, you can't, because he's all over the place. There are really no patterns to follow.
Yeah. I mean, he is a superstar, and what makes him so great is the fact that he has so many dominant pitches. We were talking about, think of a pitcher in our era that had that kind of dominance. I think of Pedro Martinez, a guy that could beat you with his fastball. If all he wanted to throw his fastball, he could beat you. If all he wanted to throw his curveball or slider, he could beat you with his changeup. That's the way Shohei pitches. You know, one of the thoughts I had after last night, you know, we've been talking, is Shohei an MVP candidate? And I've been kind of thinking, oh, maybe more of a Cy Young candidate. But you know what? After last night, watching what he does on the mound and at the plate, I'm telling you what, as much as what Aaron Judge has done for the Yankees, I mean, he's having a phenomenal year. But I'm telling you what, Shohei Ohtani, what he does, what he brings to a club, both on the mound and at the plate in the same games, I mean, how do you equate that? I mean, how do you put a value on that? I mean, that to me puts him at the top of the MVP race for me.
Third time this year he's had double-digit strikeouts in the same game. He's had multiple RBIs. So we start with Shohei Ohtani at the plate last night. And the only one who could really out-Shohei is Shohei Ohtani. How about this? A two-run triple in the second inning. And GA, that's, you know, a guy that's throwing 100 miles an hour, he's taking a big swing at the plate.
He does not get cheated at all. I love watching him hit because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, he hits the ball everywhere, and every now and then he does hit the ball over the fence.
You know, one of the things I like about Shohei is, you know, he's like, okay, guys, I'm going to go out here and dominate on the mound, but I'm also going to dominate the plate. I'm going to go out there and, you know, I'm going to go ahead and take care of business, get that early run on the board. You know, everybody's out there wondering, you know, can we score a run or two off this guy, you know, for our pitcher? Shohei can go out there and do it for himself. But then on the play, you know, on the mound, I mean, this guy was phenomenal. You know, this is a team, the Astros, a professional team that just saw him a week ago. You think they'd have an idea of what he's going to pitch and how he's going to pitch them. No, he threw even more sliders against them. I just don't understand. This is not a weak hitting offense. This is a very strong hitting offense that he's able to go out there and dominate against. And what do you have, 12 strikeouts? I mean,
Yes.
He's not doing that against, you know, bad offenses. That's against a great offensive team right there.
One of the best teams in baseball, 1 run, 6 innings, striking out 12, as you mentioned. What he's done in his last 6 starts since June the 9th is absolutely remarkable. Let me put this next to that. Since June 9th at the plate, how about 291, 8 home runs, 24 RBI in 29 games? It is truly remarkable, the run that Shohei Ohtani has been on. And when you look at this, GA, it's I know that we keep saying we've never seen this before, but and I was serious. The only guy that can out Shohei is Shohei. I mean, I don't know. And we're trying to put comps to this. Who can we compare him to? It's truly impossible.
It is impossible. I think the only person that they've talked about is, you know, Ruth a long time ago.
Sure.
But even he started hitting. He stopped pitching. So I look forward to, honestly, long term, I look forward to see where he can take it.
You know, here's another way of context. I like to think in other sports, what are the other players in other sports? Is it a LeBron? Is it a Tom Brady? I mean, what are the names in other sports where you don't get up to take a potty break? I mean, you're going to sit on the couch and you're going to watch this guy. I mean, and, you know, maybe Barry Bonds in our day. You did not miss a Barry Bonds at bat. You do not miss a Shohei Ohtani at bat. When he's on the mound, you don't miss a pitch, because this is a guy that's going to show you something, or he has a chance of showing you something you've never seen before.
First Angel with 4 straight games with 10 or more strikeouts since Nolan Ryan, who did it 6 different times. And oh, by the way, the last Angels pitcher to hit a triple was Nolan Ryan back in 1972.
Wow.
GA, when you look at a Nolan Ryan and a Shohei Ohtani, can you see the similarities when it comes to durability? Maybe not creativity, because the Ryan Express was the Ryan Express.
The durability is a little tougher to predict because you just don't know. But, you know, Ryan pitched out of, what, 20-plus years?
Yes.
So only pitching, so hopefully his hitting doesn't take too much out of his body moving forward.
I will tell you what, I'm going to this is going to be totally off. Hey, I've noticed this, and you tell me if you've noticed this. Shohei, when he does his little,
Yes.
I've seen Nolan Ryan do that. That's that Nolan Ryan move right there. And I'm just wondering, is that a real Shohei move, or is that a, like, hey, I'm going to take one out of the, you know, yearbook from Ryan and do it? But you watch the next time Shohei pitches, when he does this, if that doesn't remind you of some of those old videos of Ryan doing that.
Yeah, and Nolan Ryan pitched with a lot of emotion. Shohei Ohtani, when he is on the hill, when he is emptying the tank, there it is. Look at our production crew, Tim, pulling it up on cue. That is Shohei Ohtani getting fired up. And when you have a pitcher that shows emotion, of course you have guys like a Garrett Anderson who didn't show a lot of emotion. But when you have a Shohei Ohtani, GA, how does that affect the rest of the team?
It pumps everybody.
He's emptying the tank?
It pumps everybody up, man. Everybody rallies behind that. It's emotion. And the game is a very emotional game in itself. So for, you know, the guys are definitely going to be behind him every time.
All right, so we have Shohei Ohtani, the reigning AL MVP, certainly in our, as far as we're concerned, probably the front runner now for the MVP of 2022.